Vegas rents are spiking. Fox 5 obtained a new Zillow survey that shows the Valley is 12th among 100 cities with the fastest rising rent prices. Rents have soared 11.3% since April of last year. The average rent in the Valley right now is $1,460. That takes into account apartments, condos, and single-family homes. But the battle is also heating up between tenants and landlords as federal and state rent moratoriums are set to expire.
Fox 5's Lauren Martinez spoke with a woman who took her eviction fight all the way to the Nevada Supreme Court.
It just states that you're having financial troubles due to COVID and that you will make payments, but they're going to be late and you're struggling.
Alexia Catala brought her folder full of CARES Housing Assistant Program documents and eviction notices.
There has been 8 evictions for different things all over the place. I know how to file for every eviction at this point, how to make a counter or whatever you have to do.
Catala rented this house in Henderson. The mom of 4 tried to have her landlord sign off on CDC assistance papers at the end of November after child support from her ex stopped and her pay at work was cut. Instead of signing the papers, Catala's landlord served her with an eviction notice on December 10th. Since December, Catala has gone to court 3 times, and she still has 2 other small claims court dates ahead.
The last time, the judge actually didn't let me speak, wouldn't take any of my evidence, didn't let me talk during the courtroom, and just filed the eviction. So I appealed it. I went higher up, went to the Supreme Court, and they removed it. They granted my appeal.
Her lease was up February 1st, where her landlord raised the rent by $400 with a $1,000 security deposit. Catala said she didn't have the means to move.
And that's the termination of tenancy and 30-day. That means that your lease is up and you have to leave. But CISLAC, the CDC didn't make these illegal, but CISLAC did.
She represents herself when she goes to court and is determined she's within her rights under the rental moratoriums.
Keep fighting it. I mean, what's right is right, and you have to keep going. It's going to be exhausting. You're going to be in court all the time. You're going to be reading a lot.
She's struggling to find a rental somewhere else.
Most rental places want you to have a 650 or higher credit score, which is tough. I do not have that. I have a 600. That's it, which I thought was fine for rentals, but no, not now.
Right now, there's a lack of available rentals in the Valley and prices are rising. According to Zillow, average rent in April was $1,460. This accounts for apartments, condos, and single-family homes. That's roughly $250 cheaper than the national average, but it's an increase of 11.3% since last year.
There's already a lack of affordable housing. We just don't have enough of it.
Michelle Merced runs Neighborhood Housing Services of Southern Nevada, a 10-member nonprofit team that manages and owns 150 units to low or affordable income households. One of her tenants has not paid rent for an entire year, totaling $7,000.
And then he subleased it. So he took the bedrooms and he subleased it to, I believe, family members. And so we called Metro today, and Metro said because they have a lease with the person who has a lease, unfortunately, squatters' rights, there's nothing we can do about it.
She said loss of rent money and damage to the unit will be expensed to the landlord.
I've got 150 units, and out of my 150 units, I've got about 15 that are currently delinquent. And I can tell you only 2 have complied with a payment arrangement.
The CDC extended the rental eviction moratorium through June 30th. Governor Sisolak extended a moratorium on most residential evictions through May 31st.
I think there is a huge focus, is what I hear from the CHAP programs, to focus on those that are potentially going to be locked out on May 31st and try to save those, which would be awesome, and then move on to people that are delinquent in their rent and haven't been evicted quite yet. So it'll be a process for sure.